The girl ran up and gave her dad a big hug, but the second the man turned around, she froze. Wait, that wasn't her father. Startled, she nearly lost her balance and fell. Just in time, the man wrapped an arm around her waist and caught her. For a moment, he couldn't take his eyes off her. He was completely captivated by her charm. Feeling uncomfortable under his intense gaze, the girl quickly pushed him away. Right then, her actual father walked out from behind them. That's when she found out the man was her father's business partner. Embarrassed, she awkwardly greeted him and hurried away. Later that night, the girl went downstairs to grab a glass of water. As she walked down the stairs, she suddenly slipped and almost tumbled down. Before she could fall, the man caught her firmly in his arms. She noticed that he had just gotten out of the shower. Flustered, she quickly pulled herself out of his embrace. The very next second, he stepped closer and handed her his glass of water. Too shy to even look him in the eye, she turned around and rushed away. What she didn't notice was the affectionate look he gave her as she left. The girl assumed that would be the end of their story, but fate clearly had other plans. The very next day, they crossed paths again at a banquet. A waiter accidentally spilled water on her clothes. She went to change, but when she tried putting on a new dress, she realized she couldn't zip it up by herself. She called for the waiter to help. Instead, the man walked into the room. Without saying a word, he stepped behind her and zipped up the dress. The girl jumped in surprise. "What are you doing in here?" she asked. The man teased her on purpose. "You invited me in, remember?" Panicked, she immediately tried to leave, but he stopped her. Not wanting her skin to be exposed, he took off his coat and draped it over her shoulders before politely walking away. At that moment, the girl realized she may have judged him too quickly. Feeling guilty, she took the initiative to apologize. What she didn't know was that everything he had done had been completely intentional. Just then, her father appeared. He was desperately pleading with the bank president to approve a loan that could save his struggling company. Unfortunately, the request was rejected. The girl didn't want her father to see her there, so she quietly tried to slip away. Before she could leave, the man suddenly pulled her into his arms. Using his jacket, he covered her face. An undeniably intimate atmosphere surrounded them, but the girl wasn't paying attention to any of that. She was far too worried about her father's situation. After a while, her father finally left. She stepped out of the man's embrace and sincerely thanked him for helping her. That's when the man made an offer. He said he could solve her family's financial crisis, but there was one condition. She had to give him a chance to pursue her.